Imagine you have been with your spouse for 30 years. One day he or she is hospitalized. You want to visit, but are denied. Suppose your spouse leaves you everything in their will. Not only are you denied these assets, but the home that you two shared is seized. You two also have children, and now you aren't even recognized as their parents. The only thing causing this devastating scenario is that your partner is of the same sex. In the scene I just laid out for you, only 3 rights were denied. There are 1,138 rights under the law that are denied to homosexual couples every day. Granting them one right would allow access to all of those rights denied. That is the one right to marriage. By being denied the right to marry, same-sex couples are also denied many rights heterosexuals take for granted. For example, when one member of a same-sex couple dies, the existing partner can suffer insurmountable financial losses. They are heavily taxed in any retirement plans that they are left with from their partners. If the couple owns a home, they are charged an estate tax on the inheritance of that home. Heterosexual couples enjoy both of these tax-free. Now, say the name on the title is only that of the deceased. The living partner is at risk of being evicted in the case that the deceased partner's family claim ownership. Also, partners in same-sex couples are not considered the next of kin, unlike in heterosexual relationships. A family is considered to be so and can challenge the will as well as custody of any children, leaving the surviving partner with nothing. In many states, homosexual couples who decide to raise children cannot establish joint legal relationships to the child. In this map shows shows same-sex couples with children. Almost all states have this, but only 7 states allow joint adoptions or second-parent adoptions statewide. Consequently, these couples lose the protection that comes with this right. In the event one parent dies, the surviving parent and child experience traumatic losses of Social Security benefits. A report published by the Human Rights Campaign Foundation says, if a gay or lesbian parent who earns $60,000 in the last year of life leaves a partner and 10-year-old child behind, the family could lose $250,000 in Social Security survivor benefits that would otherwise be designated to the care of the child. In a heterosexual marriage, if one spouse is brought up on legal charges, the other spouse is immune from testifying against them. On the other hand, same-sex partners can be subpoenaed to give testimony against their partners. A member of a same-sex relationship cannot take medical leave to care for loved ones. In most states, they are also denied the right to have group health insurance to provide for partners and dependents. A large reason why these rights are denied is because of the stereotype placed on the members of this community. The stereotype assigned to homosexuals tends to be that they are promiscuous, sexually abnormal, perverted, mentally ill, immoral, and oversexed. That they are incapable of forming lasting relationships, and relationships they do form are dysfunctional. None of these ideas have been proven or supported. Many believe that homosexuals choose their orientation, which is another myth. It is a combination of genetic, hormonal, psychological, and social factors. Dr. Clinton Anderson of the American Physiological Association states, no human behavior, let alone sexual behavior, has been connected to genetic markers to date. Sexuality, like every other behavior, is undoubtedly influenced by both biological and societal factors. Just as gender and race cannot be chosen, neither can homosexuality. These stereotypes have become the breeding ground for hysteria and discrimination surrounding the gay community. They are even accountable for many non-factually based offenses against same-sex marriage. One of these defenses are that same-sex couples cannot provide a healthy environment in which to raise children. The law allows murderers, felons, child molesters, and rapists all to procreate and raise children. How can anyone reasonably argue that homosexuals are unfit as parents? The official journal of the American Academy of Pediatrics states, children who grow up with 1 or 2 gay and or lesbian parents fare as well in emotional, cognitive, social, and sexual functionings as do children whose parents are heterosexual. Another defense is that allowing same-sex marriage would open up a Pandora's box, leading us down a slippery slope to legalizing bestiality, polygamy, and incest. This logical fallacy, known as reductio ad absurdum, or reduction to the absurd, is used to make any logical argument appear ridiculous, when it may not be, by stretching it to an extreme which goes far beyond the body or intent or scope of an argument. Nevertheless, other countries have been accepting of gay marriage for years and have come nowhere close to legalizing any of these concerns. Hannah Arendt, a journalist and intellectual of the 1950s and 1960s, states, "The right to marry whoever one wishes is an elementary human right, compared to which the right to attend an integrated school, to sit where one pleases on the bus, regardless of one's skin or color or race, are minor indeed. Even political rights, like that to vote, and all other rights enumerated in the Constitution, are secondary to the inalienable human right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And to this category, the right to home and marriage unquestionably belong." Although this quote was referring to the outlaw of interracial marriages, I believe it embodies the exact rights of the homosexual race. The U.S. banned different ethnicities from marrying, but ultimately decided it was unconstitutional. I hope that we, as a nation, can correct the errors of our ways once again by allowing same-sex couples to marry.